The Victorian Society, which produces an annual top 10 of endangered Victorian and Edwardian buildings and structures, has this year highlighted an unusual Grade 2 listed building in Hackney, the only surviving one of its kind, in the hope that it can be saved. Built in 1901, Hackney Borough Disinfecting Station was used to sanitise belongings as well as provide temporary housing for local residents with infectious diseases such as smallpox.
Built in the late 19th century to help people in the local community that, because of their living conditions, were suffering from infestations really and uncleanness. And this was a place where people could bring their belongings, their clothes, get them disinfected and then take them back obviously to their houses. And it was a real example of, I think, Victorian sort of civic pride and that movement to try and improve people's lives, and we can't see it, and perhaps it's even forgotten about, that sort of move to improve people's lives. But it is an important part of our history, and especially London's history as well.
Now, you'll know him best as an actor and comedian, but Griff Rhys-Jones is also president of the Victorian Society. Now he's joined a campaign to save a Grade 2 listed building in Harlow. Parndon Hall is the grounds of the Princess Alexandra Hospital and has been included on a list of top 10 most endangered buildings for 2026. Others include Hackney's disinfecting station. The buildings have been used as schools, offices and hospital training sites. Well, Griff says Parndon Hall is an iconic building.
I used to live in Harlow, so I know Harlow. And when I wrote a book about growing up, I thought, oh, I better go back to Harlow. And of course, here we go, I love Harlow. But Parndon Hall is, fascinatingly, when you look at it, it's an old building, a Victorian building, and there aren't many old buildings in Harlow, or the environment of Harlow. And I really suggest, under those circumstances, that Harlow should say, well, let's keep it as some sort of monument to the past. But it's a fascinating building because it's been through all sorts of different lives. And what's really interesting is that inside the building, although there's nothing particularly distinguished about the building in terms of Victorian buildings, inside there's some fascinating murals, paintings and decorations. And so it's a good example of a building that's had a lot of uses and should surely be able to find another use.